Welcome to the podcast From Coffee to Cases, the show for small law firm attorneys who want to stop begging for leads and start building a business that runs on referrals and real relationships.
Hey there, welcome back to From Coffee to Cases with Delisi Friday. Delisi founded First Call Friday to help lawyers grow through the kind of marketing that actually works, building real relationships and turning connections into cases. I'm Kevin Rosenquist, and today we're diving into how to use thoughtful gifting to strengthen referral relationships. Delisi, welcome back.
Hi.
So we've talked about gifting a few times. You're a big fan. Why does it matter in building and keeping referral relationships strong?
I love gifting because, and we mentioned it last episode, it shows you care. It shows you're listening. But the other part of it is when someone sends you a gift, you don't typically throw it away, right? And so
Unless it's a really bad gift.
unless it's really bad. Um, and so when you have someone who sends you a gift, you typically keep it around. And I'm a big believer in when someone has a gift that they kept and they see it, you know they're going to think of you every time they see it. So I love to give gifts because I know when they see that gift, they're going to think of me. And
Yeah.
I want them to think of me, and I want them to think of me in a very good way. And so I'm a huge fan of creating gifts to create and grow relationships.
Gifting can get expensive, but it doesn't have to be. What actually makes a gift meaningful?
I think a gift is meaningful when there's thought behind it and it shows that you're paying attention to what someone says or thinking about them, and the gift that you share lets the person know you put some thought into it. So I'll give you a perfect example. I had a referral attorney and he loved Michelob Ultra beer.
Okay.
And he also loved the Cowboys.
Ah,
And so there were two things that we did. We had a terrace suite at a Dallas Cowboys game, and I had planned that thing out. I mean, we had the suite, I picked out the food, everyone had a good place to park. After the game, we all went onto the field. After, we got to throw footballs on the field. They got to see what it was like from ground level. I mean, it was an experience. And there's gifting and there's experiences, and maybe that's a future podcast. But on his birthday, I decided what I was going to do was get a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and a gift basket. And I was going to give him a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and a gift basket. Mind you, let's just say the whole thing cost me, I don't know, 25, 40 bucks maybe when I get like the gift basket and I put the beer in it and have like some stuffing. It's not a huge expense. However, he talked more to me about how special it was that I gave him that Michelob Ultra gift basket than he did about the super cool experience I planned when we went to the Dallas Cowboys game. And the
wow.
Dallas Cowboys game was expensive. That's not a cheap experience.
No.
However, it was the fact that I knew Michelob Ultra was his favorite beer. And on his birthday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him his favorite beer. And that gift is one that he kept talking about over and over. And so gifting doesn't have to be expensive. Think about what someone is telling you they like. Go back to that last episode where we talked about ask the assistant, go online, creep because you care. Send a gift that shows that you listened and you're paying attention.
Yeah, I think that's cool too, because I'm sure I shouldn't say I'm sure. There's a good chance he gets grief from friends and stuff about ordering Michelob Ultra, if he's out watching a game at a bar or something like that. So to see it in a fancy gift basket was because it's kind of a cheaper, low alcohol beer, it's probably pretty funny to see that too. It's memorable.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
giving him like a nice bottle of wine or
Yeah.
bourbon or something. This was
Right.
Michelob Ultra. You get it at the gas station.
Yep. And you didn't just hand him a 12-pack. You did it. You
Yeah.
gussied it up and stuff. That's a really smart
Yeah.
idea.
I
Yeah.
made it look pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really fun. Really funny. I like that. That would be memorable for me too. Something like that. That's really funny. We were talking about, you just talked about something very, very affordable, more the thought that counts kind of thing. But if someone's trying to get a low cost, practical gift, I mean, is finding some things on Amazon, is that something the lawyer can use right away? Is that a good method? And if so, what should people look out for?
Yes, I love it. So let me give you a couple examples of things that I've done that anyone can get. Um, my husband always travels. I mean, anyone who travels always has a bunch of cords that they travel with. And on Amazon, you can get this 10 pack of magnetic cord wraps. And so instead of, your stuff just being a jumbly mess, you can have a cord wrap that has magnets on the end that keeps them together really nicely. It's like 12 bucks for the packet of 10. But I like to use that as like a cheeky gift because first of all, it's practical.
Very.
Anyone can use it. You can use
Yeah.
it in your office. You can use it when you're traveling. Anyone can use it. You can use it in your TV room for all the cords that are just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can send that and have a fun message like, "Hey, when you refer cases to me, it's a wrap." Or, "Hey, is your docket a total mess? Let me help you." And pull it all together. You can do some play on words there, but for 10 or 12 bucks, you can send this cord wrap that's practical that they'll use, put a little jokey message in there so they can smile, but it's inexpensive and it's practical. The other
Mm-hmm.
one that I like to do is you can get Tylenol, you can get Aleve, you can get whatever you want, but they have like little travel packets that you can buy, or you can get the big one and say something like, "Hey, if your docket's giving you a headache, give me a call. Hey, if you I don't know, if your caseload is too much and you need someone to get the headache clients off your docket, give me a call." There's a lot of different jokes you can come up with when it comes to having a headache. And so you can do that with Tylenol, Aleve, or anything like that. It's very practical, but here's the thing. No one's going to throw it away.
Right.
Everyone has headache medicine. They're either
Mm-hmm.
going to keep it at their house, they're going to keep it at their office. I would send that one to the office because you don't want some kid to open it up and be like, "Oh, what's this?" So
Mm-hmm.
I would send that one to the office. But it's something, again, it's a play on words. Got a legal headache, send it my way. And they're going to keep it and it's practical, it's low cost. The other one that's my favorite, and I'm actually going to buy it this weekend for a client of mine, is a battery daddy. And we can put the links to these in the show notes, I'm sure. But a battery daddy, oh my gosh. A battery daddy is really simple because you can get that at Target or you can also get it online for like $20.
A battery daddy.
Yeah.
What is a battery daddy? I've never heard that one before.
Well, I actually brought it in case you asked.
Okay.
So, this is a battery daddy. And so a battery daddy is
Oh.
this cute container, and you have your big batteries, you have your double A's, you have your triple A's, you have this thing right here that tells you when the batteries are getting low. And when you flip it, you can put a whole bunch on the back. What I
Okay. Yeah, I
love,
have seen those before. Yeah, anyone with kids would love that.
yeah,
For
okay,
sure.
so that's the point. The battery daddy, first of all, it organizes all of your batteries. So I used to keep my batteries in a junk drawer. And then Arjan, my former boss, is the one who actually gifted me a battery daddy. And he gifted it to me with batteries. There was a huge snowstorm. We didn't have power. And he's like, "I always want you to have power." He sent me a battery daddy. It was actually really beautiful. And so I keep this sucker in my closet at my house. It always has batteries in it. I
Mhm.
never run out of batteries. I always know where my batteries are.
Yep.
And every time I need batteries, and anyone with kids is using double A like every week.
Constantly.
So
Constantly. Yes.
it's organized and it's practical. And
Mhm.
so I love the battery daddy because you can get that at Target for like 20 bucks. And then you can also get on Amazon if you want to have it gifted. And then all you have to do is just buy the batteries. And so that's a fun one because first, it's practical. Everyone can use it at their house, at their office. Everyone's going to need it. Second, you can put a fun little message on there like, "Hey, I never want our relationship to ever run out of energy." And then you send them
Yeah.
the battery daddy, And every time they go out there to go get their batteries, they're gonna be like, Delisi. And that's what I want.
That's great. That's a really good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Go get yourself a battery
I'm gonna
daddy,
have to get
Kevin.
myself one. That's yeah, mine are over in the closet over there, and it's anything but organized. I'll say that
Yeah.
much.
And then when you need 4 and you only have 3, you're like, "Oh, son
Oh
of a
yeah.
gun."
Yeah. That
I
I
always
say
know
I say
I have better.
something like that. Yeah, something like that. When does it make sense to go with some sort of a premium, long-lasting gift for someone? I've heard of flowers that last a year, like I don't know how to say it. Venus, I think they're
Venus at
Venus et
Fleur?
Fleur or something like that. Venus et Fleur.
Yes.
Like, how does that? When does that make sense to bring into the equation?
So, I am a huge fan of those flowers, and we can put them in the show notes as well. I have used this as gifting both professionally and personally. So, I've used it professionally on an anniversary. I have also used it when I talk to personal injury lawyers. I recommend this one on a death case because Venus at Fleur are flowers that have some special chemical and they're freeze dried, so they last a full year. So they're not cheap roses. You're looking at spending at least $100 up to 500 depending on how many you get, and they come in a beautiful, beautiful container. They can actually last longer than a year because I've sent some to my sister and she's at a year and a half and they still smell good and they still look beautiful.
Wow.
And I love, yeah. And I love sending those as a gift when I want something to be around for a long amount of time. So the examples that I give are, hey, if you're a personal injury lawyer and you have a client that lost a loved one, I recommend that as a gift because you can send some white roses that last for a year and it can be around, it can be meaningful and they don't die right away. And so you want something that's really nice and classy and they come packaged very nicely. The other thing is, let's say you have maybe a referral partner who has something exciting happen and they opened a new office or they changed their law firm name and did a whole new rebrand, something. You can do that, and those flowers are going to be around for a long time. So if I want flowers at an office for a whole year, I'm sending those flowers. They're
Hmm.
classy, they're beautiful, and it means I'm going to stay top of mind for a year, which is what I want because I want them to think of me all year long.
Hmm. Yeah. We also so last episode we talked about getting to know your referrals in a more personal level. For anybody who missed that, well, first of all, go back and listen to it. It was a very good episode. But also, we talked about really listening, and so you can get ideas about gifting. How can casual connections like kids' interests, weekend plans, like we talked about last time, point you to the right gift?
Yes. So, first, I think it's really helpful if an attorney listening gets their staff involved with something like this. Because realistically, the attorneys are talking to the clients on a regular basis, but sometimes the staff is talking to your clients more. And sometimes the staff is talking to your referral partners more because they're giving them updates on a case. And so I love gifting when you are encouraging your staff to get involved too, because then if they see or hear something, they can suggest ideas too. So here's a
Mhm.
couple of examples that I can think of. Um, if I was following up with a referral attorney and they're like, "Hey, Delisi, can we push this back till next week? I'm feeling really sick and I just don't have it in me." Okay, then I'll reschedule, but I will also use that as a moment to gift. So whenever someone told me they were sick, and we'll put this in the show notes too, there's a company called Spoonful of Comfort. And Spoonful of Comfort sends these really cute boxes that has like soup bottled up and like a cute ladle and crackers and things like the homey
Mhm.
food when you're sick and you want
Oh
your
man,
mom to
who doesn't
make you
want that when they're
something.
sick,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
totally, totally.
Yes. And so you can send that nicely packaged to someone and mail it to the office or mail it to their house if you have their address. And it shows them that you care
Mhm.
and it's a thoughtful gift that isn't going to cost too much money, but it's just a really simple gesture. Say, for example, one of your referral partners had surgery or was in the hospital or something like that. Spoonful of comfort maybe wouldn't be the right gift, but you could probably do something like a get well soon gift. And they also have other baskets that are like bath salts and like nice creams, and that might be for the female lawyer because the male lawyers are probably like, I don't need a bath salt or cream, but they also have like soft robes too. And so sometimes those get well soon packages from Spoonful of Comfort are really nice also. And so I like those. You mentioned kids, and going back to our last episode where we did the example of what are you doing this weekend, and you mentioned your son,
Hmm.
that's another opportunity where if a referral partner tells you something and it's related to their kids, think about what it is that they say and if that could be a gifting opportunity. So I remember um, I had a referral partner whose son was really into Legos and had just, I mean, this dates me, but he got really into Harry Potter. And so Harry Potter came out with this Lego set that was like a Harry Potter theme. And I thought, oh my God, our referral attorney's son is going to love this. And so I went online and I bought that Harry Potter Lego set and I mailed it to him. And I was like, hey, this gift is for your son. I saw this came out and immediately thought of him. And I talked about this in a previous episode too. When you can gift to someone's kid, A, it shows them that you care. B, their kid is never going to forget you. And I know that referral attorney's son thought of me and thought of the law firm I was at every time he played with those Legos
Hmm.
and brought joy to him. And I love when gifting can bring someone joy and also help strengthen a relationship, because I know that referral attorney was so appreciative. And sending that gift to his son showed him that we were listening and that we cared. And that's just so special.
Hmm.
And those are gifts that you can do again if you're just listening and you're paying attention and you think, "Oh, okay, where's the gift opportunity here?" The other one that I'll give an example of, and it's not too expensive, is if someone tells me they're going on a trip. Anyone who has kids and is going on a trip knows one of the struggles of traveling with kids is keeping them entertained.
Yep.
And so if someone tells me they're traveling with their kids, I think to myself, okay, what can I gift them that would help keep their kids entertained during travel? So depending on how old their kids are, um, I actually really enjoy gifting Mad Libs. Do you remember Mad
Oh, I
Libs?
do remember Mad Libs. Yes,
Okay, you can still
absolutely.
buy Mad Libs. I actually bought some last month and I have one in my car. I love to gift Mad Libs because those things keep you entertained
Yep.
and it's fun, and it means they're not on a tablet. So I'm the person who's gifting things that are not on a tablet because everyone can be involved, and it means they're not just staring at a screen the whole time. So
Yep.
even if someone says, I'm traveling, hey, you can do some Mad Libs or you can do some crossword puzzle books, and those things don't break the bank, but they're thoughtful. Hey, Kevin, I know you're going out of town. Just want to send you a little something to help keep the kids entertained. What? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Who's
That's
not going to
very
be
it's so
appreciative?
specific that but not super specific, but specific enough that you're like, "Oh," like you do like a little head turn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Those are great ideas. Those are absolutely great ideas. Well, Delisa, you've always got great tips for us. I really appreciate you giving those. I mean, and honestly, a lot of this can be used for any industry. It doesn't have to be for lawyers and things like that either. Thank you all for listening to today's episode of From Coffee to Cases. Gifts don't have to be expensive to be powerful. They just have to be personal. If you'd like more ideas for building referral relationships, head to firstcallfriday.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave us a review. We'll make sure we get some of these links in the show notes too, so that you guys can get in on what Delisi was talking about. Delisi, always great seeing you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast. And please share this episode with a peer who can also benefit from case referrals. For more information or to connect with me, Delisi Friday, visit firstcallfriday.com.